Oop, and I clicked my mic off as soon as I
And welcome everybody, Lipstick Nerd.
Okay, let's try that again. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Lipstick Nerds podcast. I'm your host, Nikki Powell, and joining me today for episode 41, Amanda Kane. Amanda.
Hi, guys. What?
Drunk Amanda just can't take her cues.
Did I fail? I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I introduced you and you're just like, on your phone.
I'm trying to retweet your post.
You had your time. Anyway, let's see if someone else can take their clues or cues. Cues. We have a special guest today.
Use words.
You know what?
Words are hard, dude.
That voice you heard is Joey Noel at Joey Noel on Twitter.
Hey guys, how's everyone doing? This is so fun. I'm so excited. I've never podcasted before, so this is my first time.
We're very excited to have you for your first podcast. This is fantastic. The first time you're guesting for us is your first podcast, and we love it. Joey, what do you do on the internet? How would we know you?
Most likely, you'll know me from either Twitch or Twitter or the Kind of Funny Facebook group. I kind of moderate all three of those, so that's usually where people know me from, and I'm usually pretty obnoxious about tweeting kind of funny stuff on Twitter or things about drinking, because those are my
go hand in hand.
My go-to, yeah. So yeah.
So you mod. You do a lot of modding.
I do. So yeah, I kind of oversee the community section of the Kind of Funny forums. So we'll have some cool stuff coming up for Kind of Funny Live in May in San Francisco if anyone's going to be around. And then I moderate the Twitch chat for Colin and Greg Live every day, and then the Kind of Funny Facebook group as things arise. It's a really cool community, and that's how I met you two. So obviously, solid people, and yeah, it's been really fun. I love it. It's definitely become something of oh yeah, this is what I like to do. Is a passion and stuff like that. It's just connecting other people and doing it over video games and super nerdy stuff. It's yes, I have friends that like this stuff now. It's really fun.
I love that my biggest nerd friends are through the internet. I don't have very many big nerd friends that are nerd friends in real life, with the exception of Amanda, but she lives 2 hours away. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it is great. We've all met through all of these online things, and it's great, and we're all friends.
Yeah, and it's hard, as an adult, when you're out of school and stuff like that, it's hard to meet people with common interests, just through work and stuff. It's shoot, how do I do this? So this has been a really cool way to do it, and getting to go to events and see people that you've talked to forever. It's been super fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot more expensive to make friends as an adult, I've noticed. What do you mean I have to fly across the country to go to an event to meet somebody?
Seriously.
Okay, even if you're not flying across the country, it's hey, we gotta go out. We have to go meet together at a bar or dinner or whatever, and it's still $50.
Right?
Yeah. Totally worth it, though.
So we're going to start the show off like we do every week, and we're going to... With what?
I think she's talking about these adult beverages we brought to the podcast tonight.
I said adulthood. Cheers.
Cheers.
We're all drinking tonight. Like I was saying, we're going to start the podcast off like we normally do. We're going to find out what everyone's doing with their lives. Amanda, do you want to go first to give Joey a little example of how we do this?
I've been building IKEA furniture.
Okay, so normally it's nerdy things. I'll let it slide because that's where she's putting her nerdy thing.
Ooh, do tell.
But there is nerdy things. So wait, I don't know if I can show you guys my new statue without messing up my rig. I'll post it on Twitter.
So you bought that at IKEA.
I got the Black Canary and... Well, yeah, but not the statue. I mean, the
statue
thing I bought at IKEA.
Thing. Yeah. Like I did, because they're pretty awesome.
Yeah,
the display case.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very dangerous, okay?
But they're dangerous?
Yeah, they seem very dangerous. They're all glass. It's 90% glass. Every time I walk past it, and the floorboards creak, and it goes, I think it's gonna fall over. And then
I feel like it's counterproductive to have one of these in California, because there's earthquakes all the time. It's I'm gonna wake up one day to the sound of it smashing because there's just earthquake.
That's so terrifying.
It might not be an earthquake. It might just be your neighbors upstairs doing it.
That's totally inappropriate. but true.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I mean that kind of counts as nerdy things because I built the cabinet for my new Black Canary and Green Arrow Kiss statue, which is like
Ooh.
the February Valentine's Day statue of this year, and I'll post everybody a picture on it on Twitter so you can see. Because
It's
I
a
can't take my
cute
computer
statue.
close enough to it.
Yeah, I feel like that would be really
Yeah, it's
dangerous.
really cute. And then, yeah, I collect statues. It's like my hobby.
I like it.
And a very expensive one, along with tattoos, which is also very expensive.
Ooh, but those are fun. Well, I mean,
Right.
statues are fun too, but you can't
Yeah,
bring statues with you everywhere.
Right, you can't just like pull up your sleeve
This
and
is
just
true.
be a statue. I mean, unless you get the statue tattooed on your arm, which would be killing two birds with one stone. So
That's true. You wouldn't have to buy the statue and you'd get a tattoo and you could take it everywhere. So it seems like win-win.
right, I like that.
it'd be
So
so
you-
weird though. If you're like,
What
you
have
want to
you-
see my statues?
That's not what that's called. So that's all you've been doing is building IKEA furniture for your statues?
No, I've been playing Life is Strange without you.
Ooh.
We started streaming it together, and then I go and leave because I leave like I do, and she plays it without me.
She leaves me, guys. She leaves me.
I like how
like
you
I'm
don't-
depressed. I don't
I
have
like how
anything.
this
else.
is the game though that you
Except
finish
for playing
without me. You don't finish Outlast without me. You finish this without me.
Oh, harsh.
You're gonna
Wait, how far did you
I'm
guys
not
get
gonna
together?
finish Outlast.
in Outlast?
No, in Life is Strange.
Oh, like an hour and a half in.
Like, did you finish the first episode or no?
Yeah.
No,
No, we
no, we
didn't.
didn't.
Okay.
No.
I'm just wondering how far you got. I
We're-
still have to play episode 5. I haven't finished it yet. I've been slacking.
We're at that friend's house. Like we just got into her house.
Okay.
Yeah.
That happens kind of a lot, so I don't know what that
Oh,
means.
I don't know. Well, it's the first time. She
Okay.
saved us in the car from getting like murdered or whatever, and then drove us to
Oh, okay.
her house. Yeah, so that's kind of where we left off. But I don't know where Amanda is now because she ditched me.
Oops.
I was so depressed without you. I had to play this game in order to get over it.
That's the nicest thing
It
you've
didn't
ever
work
said
though.
to me.
I'm still not over it, baby.
You should drink before every podcast.
I like this a lot.
So that's it.
Alright.
Nothing else.
No, nothing else fun.
No, you haven't
The-
cracked open Zelda. You were so excited about it when I was there.
Oh, I've opened it. I've taken the amiibo out of the box. And I put Zelda. Okay, so
That's
here we
it.
go. This is what I've done. I've put Zelda inside the Wii U.
Yes.
I've named Link. I've named Epona. And then I fell asleep. Twice.
Of course you did.
So, yeah. Oh, I did herd the goats at one point, too. Then I fell asleep the third time. So I played about 6
Solid.
minutes of this game.
That's the Amanda ratio. 2 minutes of gameplay to 1 nap.
I support that. I support that fully.
Right. All right. Joey, what have you been doing recently? Since we have never had you on the podcast, technically, I mean, you could tell us everything you've ever done that's nerdy.
Like my whole life story.
But, yeah. Well, let's start at the beginning. Let's start this month. What have you been doing this month, or what's the last few games you've read, books you've played, movies you've watched, TV you've seen?
All of that fun stuff.
Yes.
I've been really crappy with keeping up with TV. My like Hulu account is filled with stuff, so I have no idea on that end. Movie-wise, I just saw 10 Cloverfield Lane, which I highly recommend.
Very good.
I want to see that so bad.
I feel like I can't really tell you anything about it. Like, the
No.
less you know about that movie, the better I feel like your experience is. I don't even remember if I saw the whole first Cloverfield. Like, I might have seen, like, bits and pieces, but you definitely don't need to see that one to see this one. And, yeah, highly recommended. I feel
Because
like
the
that's all
first
I
one
can
was
say.
fantastic. Like, we loved it. We had friends that were like, I fucking hated that movie. It was disgusting, and it made me nauseous, and it was so
Because of all the
stupid.
camera stuff.
Yeah, no, I loved it. It was great.
I
So,
think I
the
saw,
one-
like, bits.
Ooh,
But-
go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, I think I saw bits and pieces because I remember that, but I feel like I need to go back and rewatch it just because everyone says it's good.
It's been so long since that one
Yeah.
came out, hasn't it?
I
Yeah,
think it came out like 2009, 2008.
it's
Yeah.
been a few years. Like, yeah.
a long time.
The thing that I really liked about this one is it really played upon, and this isn't ruining anything, but it's like it took a whole bunch of things that people have phobias of and crammed it into one movie.
Oh, great.
So
Are
there
there
were like
spiders?
times where I'd be sitting in a movie theater and I'd be like holding onto the chair like, oh my god, because that's like something I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
And it's just it's like all anxiety. It like heightens your anxiety levels. It's really, really good.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't
Didn't think
categorize it
that would
as
be
like
good.
a scary movie. It's definitely like a thriller, and it's
No.
just like intense. It's not like horror by any means, which I think like a lot of people kind of thought it was, but I like it. If you like thriller and like that internal like scaredness.
Yeah, but like,
Internal struggle.
are there
Yeah.
spiders? So that's what I want to know.
Do you want us to tell you? Do you really want us to tell you?
Yes,
Oh,
because
no.
I swear to God, okay, thank God.
No, there's no
Okay,
spider.
then I don't even know. Like, every time we're watching the
in the movie, like,
and a fucking spider comes out, I'm like, nope, we're done here. Goodbye.
I mean,
See
not
you
that I
later.
remember. Maybe like in some weird background there is, but it's not like a focal point of the movie.
Okay, well, I'm good then.
Okay, perfect.
You're safe.
I'm trying to think of what else. I'm obviously really excited about Batman v Superman. I'm wearing a Batman shirt,
Not.
which you can't really tell, but it's really cute. Really excited for that. I just watched Man of Steel earlier today to like refresh my memory and get all set. I have like a ticket 6 o'clock on Thursday. Like none of my friends really like or care about any of that stuff, so I bought a ticket by myself. So that should be super fun.
Whatever, it'll be fine. You'll be
Yeah,
good.
and it's like one of those theaters where you can like reserve your seats and stuff like that. So I'm not super worried about it. Cause like I'll come in like 5 minutes before it starts, like sit down, enjoy the movie, and just be really excited. Because if I would have had to wait till like next week or this weekend, I might have died.
So we almost had to wait until next week, and I was having a fucking fit. I didn't realize that the wedding I'm going to be in this weekend, the girls wanted to all stay Friday night together after the rehearsal dinner, and I was going to watch it Friday night. I'm like, let's hurry through the rehearsal dinner. We'll leave a little early. I'm sick. I want to get to bed and be at the wedding early in the morning. So let's like rush through it and go watch the movie like late night. Let's get like a 10 o'clock showing or something. Well, they're like, oh, we have to all stay together in a town like half an hour away. I'm like, fuck. So I had to go do that. But turns out my theater is actually smart because I live in this really tiny town that usually doesn't do cool things like have the movie the day before or whatever.
Yeah.
So now we're going to go watch it at 9:30 at night the day before.
Solid. That's
On a work
commitment.
night, I'm like, that's fine. I stay till 3 o'clock in the morning anyway. Whatever.
Yeah, you'll just happen to be like out in public that night instead of
Yeah.
at home.
Yeah.
Totally perfect.
I'm cool with it.
Love it.
Yeah. Anything else? Any games? Any comics?
So I really want to like comics. I just like can't ever like sit down and actually read them. My like
I'll help you.
mythology account is like filled. So I have Hush, which I saw that you were reading earlier. I have The
We'll get
Killing
there.
Joke. I have American Alien that I want to read. I have Batgirl, and I think I have Miss Marvel too. So I have like all of these that I just need to like sit down and read. So maybe that's what I'll do this weekend is like get through some of them because I've had them for like months and I just like I don't know, I get caught up with other stuff and don't ever think to look at my iPad to read comics. But if you guys have any suggestions, totally down for those.
So
Amanda
Amanda's like
seems
the
like she's
comic
excited.
queen. Yeah. I for one, okay, I can't read a comic. I can't read anything unless there's a little bit of background noise. Like I have to have music on or something. So what I did the other day, I'll get into the ones I've been reading, but I started reading a few comics. And what I did was I turned on one of those like white noise, like YouTube things
Mm-hmm.
on my phone, and I just had it like like playing in the background or like some I don't know, fucking Mozart or whatever. Just turn something on that like doesn't have lyrics, so it's just this like music in the background. That way it's white noise for me and I can focus on the comic. And I like put my phone away, I turned the vibrate off, I put it over on silent, like, and I sat and read. So it's like I have to have things good. Amanda's like super excited over there, wants to talk all about comics.
Ready? Go.
Okay, I could go now?
Yeah.
She's like, oh my god, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I know I did. I'll send you a list of
Okay.
stuff to read.
I'm so excited.
Okay.
I know. I feel like
I'll
I
be
struggle like with like because I feel like most of my life I just like multitask like at work at everything, and so it's reading's like the one thing that you can't really multitask and do at the
Yeah.
same time. So I think that's like where I struggle. But I think if I find like stories that like I'm super invested in, it'll be easier. And they are like if I read them like as installments when they come out, like it's easier to set aside that chunk of time instead of like trying to get through a bunch all at once.
The nice thing too is if you pick up like a trade and you like dedicate like an hour or 2 hours, that's all you really need. Like I finish trades in like, well, I usually read them in like a half hour or 45 minutes, but like an hour of time depending upon how long it is, and it's like that's really all you need is just an hour, and you can finish a full trade. So like 5 or 6 issues at one time, and it's nice. And the only downside is at the end of the day, you're like, yeah, I just read this trade, and then you're just like, oh, now I have to wait like 6 months for another one to come out.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I think I can do it. I just have to like. I think I haven't found a story that like hooks me yet. Like I've read like the first issue of Spider-Gwen, the first of Miss Marvel, and one more of something else, and like I think I need to like be more invested in the stories to want to go back.
Yeah, that's my problem.
It takes more than one
invested.
It takes more than one issue. Is that what you're saying?
Mhm.
Yeah, character development.
You really need to read. That's why now I pick up issues because I might be interested in the character or interested in the story. But for the most part, the only issues that I have that come to me regularly are Spider-Gwen and Black Canary, I think. And it's just like other than that, I'll just go to my local comic shop and I'll pick up like an issue and I'll be like, okay, I'm kind of interested in like Hellcat. I don't know if you watched Jessica Jones. Nikki, did you finish Jessica Jones?
Yeah, we had like a whole show about it, remember?
No, I don't. Okay, well, there is a character called Hellcat, and she has her own comic now, and it's pretty interesting, but it was one of those things where I was like, okay, I'm going to pick up one issue. If I like the issue, then I'll buy the trade. Other than that, I don't read. Like, I'll read issue 1 if I'm a big art snob, so if I don't like where the story's going and if I hate the art, like, I won't read anything. So even just, like, looking at it on the shelf, it's just like, I don't really like the art, so I'm not going to pick this up. I'm not going to read it. And unfortunately, I lose a lot of stories because of that. But if I pick it up and I'm just like, okay, I can spend $3 or $4 on this book and then just wait a couple months until the trade comes out if I really like the way that the story's going. So I usually just pick up one issue and then kind of wait for a trade to come out. But that's mostly because there's so much out there that I want to read too.
Yeah, it's hard to narrow it down.
I'm done.
I think that goes for everything I'm like attempting to read. I picked up Ready Player One, which so many people have told me to read. So maybe I'm going to try and get through that this weekend too because everyone says it's so good. And then game-wise, I know Danny had...
I'm in the same boat with that book.
Oh, really? You haven't read it yet?
Yeah. Mm-mm. I have it. I own it.
Book club.
I've read like the first 6 pages. Yes! Let's do it.
Yeah, because accountability is like a huge thing of like, I know that somebody else is reading it and they want to talk about it. I'm like, shoot, I got to keep up like my end of the bargain, finish it. So I'm totally down for that. Playing-wise, Danny had like tweeted us about it, but I've been like addicted to Lego Dimensions. It's really bad, guys. Like really bad.
Oh, he did. So we'll bring up that question right now since it's on point. At Stoke Danny on Twitter, Danny Warris, good friend of the show, says, what makes Lego Dimensions so addicting and special? And I think that's supposed to mean as a game, but it's us a game.
That's so great.
So what makes it so special as a game?
So I like the Lego games in general, like that kind of like instantly I'm always down to pick up a new Lego game. But the fact that this one is like so many different properties mixed together that I think makes it really different. So Mr. Trevor Starkey on Twitter told me about this awesome case that I should get for all of my Lego figures, which is like it's like kind of a disaster now because they don't really stay and they're like all like shuffled around and stuff. But I like need another box now because I'm running out of room, and now I know why people get sucked into stuff like this and Amiibo and stuff like that. But it's just so cute. Like that's totally a selling point with me of like, look how cute this little like marshmallow man guy is, and he like bounces around in the game.
So I almost got sucked into those. I don't even play the game, and we're at Best Buy, and they had a Portal Lego Dimensions, and I almost bought it because I love me some Portal. And we didn't because I'm like, no, if I buy those, I'm going to be all about them, just like my stupid Pops, and I don't need them. Do you know how many freaking Harley Quinn Pops I have? I have like 7. It's ridiculous. I don't need another collector's thing to do. So.
I mean, these are pretty cool. I've had like multiple people like tweet me on Twitter about like, so I kept seeing you talk about Lego Dimensions, and I just bought a pack, and now I have the game, and I just blame you, and I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Thank you for ruining my
also
life.
welcome at the same time, like, because it's really fun. And like, yeah, like the fact that it's, what do I have? I have Superman, I have Batman. Like the fact that Batman rescued a little like island of penguins in one of the worlds like a few days ago, I was like, this is like everything I ever wanted as a kid. I love penguins, I love Batman. Like, this is the best. But like Back to the Future, like I have the. I want to find one for. Oh, and they're all falling now. But like I have the little Harley Quinn, and it's just so cute.
I need it
I know you do.
in my life.
But yeah, it's just like a lot of cool. Like the gameplay is really fun. It's like a standard Lego game, but I like the story. I like it, that you get to play with all these characters, and I'm just a sucker for cute things, and it's really cute.
Aren't we all?
So yeah, so that's like been the thing that's sucking up the most of my time. I've also been playing the first Tomb Raider because I like just got a PS4 because I like took a long break from gaming and have kind of been coming back into it in the last year. So playing the first Tomb Raider, and then I also started this weekend The Last of Us, which I haven't played, and somehow managed to avoid all spoilers. Like I know.
Wow, that's pretty so lucky.
I know. Like the only thing that people have told me is like you need to play it, and it's really great. So I'm trying.
That's all they should tell you.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep avoiding all of the spoilers. So I just got to the point where they meet Ellie. So I'm still like really,
you were
early.
super early. Yeah.
I know.
Just block out the world and play. Don't read comics this weekend. I'm sorry, Amanda. I have to say this. Don't read. You can avoid comic spoilers. You cannot avoid Last of Us spoilers forever.
Okay. Well, that's kind of perfect because we have Friday off of work, so I have like a 3-day weekend to kind of like blow through a bunch of stuff. So that'll probably end up being what I do.
Right.
That's pretty much everything.
Good choice.
And then I still have to play the last episode of Life is Strange, so that'll be on my list at some point too. I have this really great habit of like starting things really strong and then like kind of fizzling out. So
I do that too. I get like really excited about something and then I'm like, no. So
I do that too. That's why I'm waving my hand.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I was listening. Insert hand wave there. All right, so that's what you've been doing? Nothing now?
Nope, that's pretty much it.
Okay. So I'll kind of keep on one of the topics that we were on. We were talking about comics. I have been recently obsessed with Red Hood. Well, I've been obsessed with Red Hood since I saw Under the Red Hood. I freaking love Jason Todd. I love Red Hood. I just love everything about it. I think it's fantastic. So G and I were talking the other day about comics, and he was like, I have all of the things you need to read that are Red Hood oriented, don't you? And I was like, well, no, because I don't pay attention. I don't read comics. So he got me a stack. What?
My mic kept cutting out when you said redhead or Red Hood, so I thought you were saying redhead. I was like,
Amanda,
what is going on?
Redheads. No. So he put together a little Red Hood care package for me. He wanted me to start with Death in the Family, move on to Red Hood: The Lost Days, and then finish up with Red Hood: Outlaws. So I started Death in the Family and I finished it, and it was good. And it was the story that I knew because I know that story. Like, I watched it in Under the Red Hood. I honestly thought that Under the Red Hood was better, but this gave a little more background information as to, like, why Jason was where he was when he was and all that kind of stuff. So I thought it was really good. Then I moved on to Red Hood: The Lost Days. And that was good. I really enjoyed it. I liked getting that whole background on who he is, like, as Red Hood, like, how he was built, So that was really good. And then I couldn't just jump to Red Hood: Outlaws because I was too OCD, so now I had to read Hush. Because it's fantastic. And get,
on my list.
It's so good. It's my favorite thing ever. And somebody told me, they're like, that's not the best Batman comic. Why are you even reading that? And I'm like, because it has sentimental value, and I love it. Like, it's the first comic that I read.
What did they say was the best comic?
I don't know. He said something else. He named off a few different ones, and I was like, "Nah, whatever. Um, like I'll read them if I get around to them, but you can't tell me what my favorite is, and this was my favorite. Um, so I'm like on chapter 4 of that, and then I think I'm gonna watch Under the Red Hood again, and then I'll finish up Red Hood Outlaws. So, but I've been on a comic kick the last few days. Amanda should be proud. She's over there clapping. She doesn't say anything. I'm like,
Trying not to like clap in my microphone.
oh goodness.
Don't clap.
I'm playing 5 games right now. I've never done that before in my life. Like, literally been consistently playing 5 games at once. So I'm still playing Persona, like I always am. Who's never playing Persona? I mean, Persona's Bay. I started the Order 1886. I'm about halfway through that.
What do you think?
I like it. I mean, it's lacking in certain areas, but for what it is, and for it being $10 when we bought it, not a bad game at all.
Yeah. That's definitely one that if you paid the full $60 retail, you might not have been as... You might have had, like, a stronger feeling negatively about it.
Yeah. Of hatred.
I would have
most
paid
of the rest of the
20. I would have paid 20 for this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you know, it's not bad, but it's not something that I'm deeply in love with. I'm still in the middle of Kingdom Hearts. I haven't gone back to that, but I will. We picked up...
It's okay. You've got like 6 years until Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out.
Fine, yeah. Plenty of time. We got Twilight Princess. So G goes, do you want to play it with me? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Is it co-op? And he goes, no. So you're going to play it and I'm going to watch? I'm not going to do that. I don't know. I'm not going to waste my time watching the game. Are you going to want to
precious
switch off?
hours.
Yeah. So usually what we'll do is we'll switch off. He goes, no, you're going to play and I'm going to watch. So he just wants to watch me play. So when he goes, let's play, he's saying, hey, play it so I can watch it. Yeah.
How come he doesn't want to play?
No, he's already played it.
Oh. Have you played it?
No, which is why he wants to watch me play it.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, but I thought it was co-op, and then when I found out it wasn't co-op and he wanted to switch, and then he didn't want to switch, so I was like, I don't know how this is going to work. But
how would it be co-op?
I don't know. I've never played it before, and I just know the name. And I was like, is there a Zelda game that's co-op? Like, that's fun. And that's why I was like, questioning? This isn't a thing. How did I miss this? And yeah, no. So I like it. I like it with the gamepad. It's different to play. So it's fun. Ooh, we finally got around to watching Nightwing the series.
Oh, I still haven't finished that.
Oh, it's so good. How did you not finish it? It's like 45 minutes.
I know. Well, it was one of those things where like I started it before I had to go to a birthday dinner, and then it was like, well, then life happens, and then I forget about things really easily.
It's so
I'm
good.
gonna like literally start making a list of things that I need to go back and finish because I just get so distracted by other things. There's so many good things out there.
Welcome to every list that I have on the notes in my iPhone. These are things I need to do.
I'm seriously making one right now.
No, I loved it. Like, Danny LaChapelle is fantastic. The acting is, I mean, some of it's really good and some of it's really bad and tacky and terrible. And some of the costumes are really good and some of them are really bad and tacky and terrible. Like, you can tell, but as a fan-made production, it's so freaking good.
I was super impressed with just the one episode that I watched of like, wow, this is like a really high production value for just like a fan-made series on YouTube. Like, it's crazy, like, to have that idea and to, like, be able to, like, build that whole story and...
To execute it the way that they did, just...
Yeah, like, amazing.
Mind-blowing. Yeah. So... Oh, and I forgot something. Amanda, last episode, I didn't bring up Deadpool at all.
Oh.
So we saw Deadpool.
I saw it, too. I loved it.
Amanda, did you see it? We're waiting for you to say you saw it.
Of course I saw it.
Amanda's just going to mime the rest of the show.
I had, like, no idea really going into it what to expect, but I loved it. I thought Ryan Reynolds was hilarious. I liked that it was racier than any other movie, and I liked that it didn't take itself too seriously. Like, it definitely, like, made fun of itself and, like, the superhero tropes and stuff like that, and I thought it was, like, really refreshing.
I loved it. I was laughing during the opening credits.
Right?
Like,
Exactly.
starring a handsome man, co-starring the sexy woman, written by some asshole. I love it.
Yeah.
Random cameo by man who created me.
Yeah, exactly. No, I thought it was fantastic.
Can you speak now, Amanda?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
So what did you
Yeah.
think of it?
So I loved it. I loved that there was really no like plot line that you needed to follow,
Besides
all.
Francis.
and that was okay. And like it was okay. Like Marvel made it successful by not giving it a plot line.
Yeah.
And then or like a very basic plot line. And then I loved how it consistently broke the fourth wall. It was always like him addressing the camera and like him addressing the fact that he was Green Lantern and, don't make me an animated green suit and all that stuff. It's like it took Deadpool to the level that he was supposed to be, and I think it brought the audience to a different acceptance of a Marvel movie because of it.
Yep.
Yep.
Pretty much said everything that there is to
nicely
say.
said.
Thank you.
Yeah. It was fantastic. And I'm really surprised that I didn't bring that up last time because I was so excited about it. We wanted to sneak chimichangas into the movie theater, but it was too late by the time we got around to leaving to get food, and I was like, well, let's just get burritos. It's close enough, and we ended up sneaking in chicken nuggets. So as long as we snuck something in, I don't care. That was our Valentine's Day. We went to McDonald's, and then I filled up my giant purse with garbage food, and we snuck it in to watch Deadpool. It was pretty fantastic.
That's an excellent Valentine's Day. I'm like
Right?
supremely jealous.
Who wants roses and flowers when you have this asshole on screen?
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds movie.
And chicken nuggets.
Movie done.
Right. Okay, so that's all I've been doing. That's all you all have been doing. So we're going to hit up our questions because, Joey, you're popular. You got us, quite a few questions, which is great.
I know, my phone just keeps going off.
Bleep, bleep.
So fun.
So we're going to start at the beginning. Shawnee Poo at Shaunosaurus Rex. He won our giveaway on the last show, the Borderlands 2 code for Vita. So congratulations if you haven't listened to the show and heard that. We want to know, Sean, how was it? You have to text us or tweet us and tell us how it was. He says, is there a series of games that you haven't played that you would like to get into?
Like everything. Right now I have the Uncharted collection sitting on my dresser that I haven't cracked open yet, and that's going to be my next thing.
We are currently webcam high-fiving right now because that's my answer too.
Yeah, so I'm secretly really glad that
I
Uncharted 4
just
got pushed back.
I just can't even.
Are we super
right
disappointing
now.
you right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. We even took pictures with really attractive Nathan Drake at
Oh yeah,
TSX.
we did that. We did the Charlie's Angels pose. Stupidly hot Nathan Drake,
It was
and
like
you
ridiculously
haven't
attractive. I
haven't
know.
given him the justice he deserves.
I've had it since December. You can fully blame Lego Dimensions. I think that's probably
Damn you, Legos.
I know. But that'll be for sure the next thing. Once I finish either that or I finish Lara Croft, that'll be the next thing that I pop in. So I'm secretly glad that it got delayed so I have more time to finish it before Uncharted 4 comes out.
Good. Amanda?
We
What?
webcam high-fived for Uncharted.
No, wait, so
We
that's
webcam
yours
high-fived.
too?
Yeah, that's my answer too. That's why I high-fived.
Okay, but then, wait, how have you not played any of them yet? Like,
Amanda?
were you just, not interested in them, or?
You have to justify
Well,
that. Bye.
So I played probably 20 minutes or so of the first one, and when I played it for the first time, I couldn't really get into it, and the reason why is because it made me mad, like Prince of Persia, because I couldn't do anything or jump correctly, and It was a
Girl.
bad time. So
Yeah, right now. I can't even look
okay,
at
this
you.
was a long time ago, Nikki. This was a long time ago. So that left a poor taste in my mouth, and then I went on to other things, and now going back, I would like to go back. I think I want
You realize that you missed one of the best series ever.
I still own them. They're still there. I downloaded it when it was free for PS Plus. Like, it's there. But I think I want the collection now, so I'll probably buy that, and that'll make me play it, even though I own them all on PS3, but, whatever.
Who wants to pull out the PS3?
So really, I have no
it on
excuse.
PS4?
Right.
That's true.
So I don't think there's a series that I want to get into that I haven't already. I mean, there's series that I wish I was into. Like, I wish I was into Halo, and I wish I was into Mass Effect.
That's another one that's on my
I'm
list.
not. What, Mass Effect?
Yeah, I just keep
Ugh.
hearing so many good things about it, but I've
Ugh.
never attempted to play any of it. So I
No.
kind of want to give it a try.
Not a fan at all. Like, the only reason I started playing the old one is so that I could play the newer ones, and I think I'm just gonna skip it all and go to the end. I can't handle a game that
Like,
big
to start with
and
Andromeda?
that fucking boring. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever the last one was made, I don't even. That's how much I care. I need to get. I'll tell you what. I need to get back into Infamous because I played like 20 minutes of Infamous 2, so I need to finish up that series. That's my answer. Infamous because I like the first one. What, you don't like Infamous either?
No, that was another one that I've never completed. Like, I played most of the first one, or at least some of the first one, I think. Never completed that either.
Seeing a trend with all of us, or at least with me and Amanda.
Yeah.
Quitters.
Quitters. That's a trend.
So our next question comes from @GwenStacyLives_ on Twitter. Gwen. We love Gwen. So I already answered hers. She says, "Go Lipstick Nerds. What are you all reading currently at Harley Quinn besides Hush?" So I already told you that, and we know. I mean, Joe, you went over what you need to read.
Yeah. My current reading list is like things that aren't nerdy at all. I just got an
thing.
Yeah, it's this biography about Cary Grant, the actor. Super random.
I was waiting for you to be like, I'm reading War and Peace.
No, I can't do stuff like that. It's too much. So that's what I have right now, written by one of his wives, I think. And then I want to actually read Brave New World again. It came up in a discussion thread on the Facebook group. And it was one of the books that I really liked reading in high school, out of all of the required reading that we had to do, and it was my favorite, so I feel like I should go back and read it again.
Amanda?
First, I want to say that, Gwen, your glasses are adorable.
I gotta go look at my glasses.
Adorable. I know, I'm opening it up again.
They were so cute. They got the little I want to say gemstones, but that's not the right word on the sides. But okay, sorry. My bad. Right now, what am I reading?
Her glasses are really cute.
Yeah, see?
They're super cute.
My glasses are kind of like that, except they're blue-eyed. I don't know if I'm reading anything right now, actually. I'm watching Daredevil Season 2, but reading...
That's not the question!
I know! I was deflecting the question with another random statement. And now I'm doing this with my hands. Okay, what I want to be reading, and here's a little shameless plug. There is a comic shop in Oakland called Cape and Cowl that just opened up fairly recently, and the owner is wicked cool. And last night he started a book club, and we went to this book club, and we actually got to Skype with the writer of a book called We Can Never Go Home. I was like, I'm missing a word. We Can Never Go Home is what the book is called. And I actually would have probably never really considered picking it up and reading it. And sorry, it's a trade paperback. It's a comic book, guys. And I probably would have never considered picking it up and reading it until actually having like an hour and 45-minute Skype discussion with this writer and like learning all about where his ideas came from and where his startup came from, and it was really awesome. So I'm not reading anything currently, but that is my next intended read. How about that? Is that a good answer, Nikki?
I don't know.
I like that.
That's Gwen. She'll tweet it. What was that enough for you? I know you're listening. Okay, next question comes from @AmyGills on 89 on Twitter. I almost said without the 89.
She's
says,
Amy Gills. Everyone knows who she is.
Everyone knows her. She says, I repeat my question. Sweet or sour? I don't know when you first asked it, but I'm just going to pretend like you did, so we're going to answer. Sweet or sour, you can only choose one. Go.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go sweet too. Like, I don't really like sour candy or anything. The only sour thing I really like is like lemon flavored stuff, but most of that's like also sweet.
It's a really hard decision because I'm like, I don't want to say sweet because you guys said sweet, but I don't want to say sour because I don't know. I don't want to say either, but I want to say both.
Do you like Sour Patch Kids and like sour Skittles and stuff like that?
I'm gonna go with sour because I like I like Sour Patch Kids and I like the rope.
Sour straws?
The straws, yes! Oh god, I love sour straws. Like I love me some gummy bears, but if you give me some sour gummy bears, I am all about that.
I didn't even know that was a thing, if I'm totally honest.
Really?
Probably because I don't like sour stuff, so then there's like no reason for me to venture into that.
Yeah. No, they're really good. I'm sour. I'm a sour fan. Yeah.
Yep.
Next question comes from @Shaunosaurus Rex on Twitter. It's in addition to his first question, because we missed the second question. He says, what is the best Kesha song? I mean, it's probably like, bleh.
I have to look up all the Kesha songs.
I love Kesha. I think she's fantastic. I've always wanted to go to a Kesha concert, but I said I'd only go if I can dress up in glitter and just glitter. Like I want to roll in glue and then roll in glitter and go to her concert.
Can I go with you? Because I think that would be amazing.
Yes, I'm down. Let's do an all glitter Kesha party.
That sounds amazing. I don't know what song it is, but I like the music video where she has James Vanderbeek from Dawson's Creek in it.
Oh my god, I need to know what this is.
I'll find it, but it's my favorite. I'm just saying that it's my favorite music video because I really like him and I like Dawson's Creek. So. I pretty much like all of her songs. Like they're all super catchy. They're really fun. I like them.
Yes, I just love Kesha. I think my favorite song though has got to be "Come On" from her Warrior album.
I don't know which one that is off the top of my head.
I would play it, but I don't want to get copyright.
You could just sing it.
No, my singing's really bad.
Okay, I'll add that to the list of things to watch, read, and listen to for the rest of the week. The video is Blow.
Oh, I like that song. That's fun.
It's like a good dancey song.
Amanda's over here like, blah, gross.
I think the only Kesha song I know is the TikTok song.
I like her first one.
Yeah, like her first song that I ever heard. But I know all the words, so I'm going to choose that one as my favorite one.
That works. I'll let it slide.
Yeah, I approve.
I'm okay with
I will not sing it, though.
No one's singing it. No one. That was really drunk at karaoke, okay? Our next question, @LocoLizardMan. Elijah, good friend of the show. This is a really hard question, just so you know. Why would you ask us this?
Oh, no.
What was the biggest surprise of your life? Also, I love you all.
Surprise.
We love you too, but not after this question.
I love you. I still love you,
but I love you.
I don't.
Surprise. Yeah, it's one of those things like Nikki was saying earlier. Like I don't have a baby, not engaged. Those are two pretty big surprise moments.
Right. Oh, so I'll tell a funny surprise from the other day, which G's gonna make fun of me and be mad but it's really funny. So he doesn't really buy me flowers. Why would you buy some? I don't see the point in buying flowers either. It's they're just gonna die or whatever. So Yeah, they're pretty, but they're like gonna die. I'd much rather have him come home with a video game because that's gonna last a lot longer.
Valid.
Like he's come home with candy for me or a video game, but he's never really come home with flowers. And I came home the other day and we're gonna go to our friend's house, and I came home and there's this little bunch of carnations on the table, and I was like, "Oh, did you get Monique some flowers?" And he was like, "Those are for you." You're a fucking liar. You got those for Monique because it's her birthday. No, I got them for you. This is why I don't buy you flowers. I'm never buying you flowers. You're a fucking liar. You just don't buy me flowers anyway. So how am I supposed to know that these flowers that like you never buy me are for me? You know?
That's awesome.
So I'm getting ready to like leave and whatever, and he keeps like walking towards the flowers, and I keep looking at him like, "Don't you fucking touch those flowers! I swear to God, if you pick them up and you go to take them to Monique's, I'm gonna kill you." Like, the whole time. And then he goes, his keys, I guess, were sitting next to the flowers, and he goes over there and reaches his hand out towards the flowers. I was like, "Don't you fucking touch those flowers! Those are mine!" And he was like, "I'm grabbing my keys, God." Like, he's like, "I'm really never buying you flowers again. Like, not after this."
So territorial over the flowers.
I never get them. I kept thinking that he was trolling me. So until like they had been sitting there for like 2 days, it didn't actually sink in that those flowers are for me.
So
That's
cute.
so nice. Yeah, so that was a cute, nice surprise that I got. Excuse me. That was a rugged and manly surprise. Never call anything cute around the boy.
Rugged and manly surprise.
Super manly.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like, okay, he listens to the show, so that is the best surprise I've ever gotten.
That's pretty damn good surprise. I can't really think of anything.
Right? Like, it's really hard
Right?
if you don't have anything that's, like, huge in your life, and it's like, so we bought a house, but that wasn't a surprise.
Yeah. Like I've had like cool like surprise birthday things done, like outings and parties and stuff like that, but
you know what is one? Like, the best surprise ever is when Taco Bell actually got our order right, and everything was in the bag. And they had actually included the mild sauce and the napkins.
it's shocking. That's like a rare occasion when all that happens.
I love it.
Man.
No, that's the hardest question in the world.
Yeah. Sorry I didn't have a better
I don't
answer
get
for you.
surprises.
You don't get surprises?
I ruined all surprises. No, I ruined them all. Always.
No,
I
you
always
got
guess
those.
them.
You got your birthday present this year. You were surprised.
That's like the only one that's ever happened. But other than that, I've ruined every single surprise that's ever existed.
What was your birthday
Wow, I
surprise
sound
this
really
year?
grumpy.
You do sound really grumpy.
Ruined every surprise ever. I got a bunch of BioShock figures inside of the crate. Have you played BioShock?
Oh,
You
I was
played
totally
BioShock?
gonna say your Harry Potter books, but that too.
I have not played BioShock, but
Oh,
that's
that too,
also
yes.
on my list.
Okay. Then in BioShock Infinite, there is a 2 characters that carry a wooden crate, and
Okay.
they play this game. I don't want to ruin the thing for you, but they play this game called like Heads or Tails, and they flip a coin. So I got there's these thing called Vigors, which is where you get your powers from. I got the Vigor bottles,
Ooh.
custom made, full of Lush products inside of
Stop.
this wooden crate.
That's amazing.
And so I love BioShock. Like, I'm a huge BioShock fan. And
BioShock
then
plus Lush is
What
like
was the
been
other thing?
amazing.
yes, yeah. And then Nikki said my Harry Potter books. Oh yes, I got all the Harry Potter books in hardcover.
Ooh.
But that wasn't really a surprise. Like, I kind of felt like that was coming. I don't know. I ruin surprises for the most part. So
It's hard to keep a good surprise. Like there's so many opportunities to like slip up with those. So
Right.
Hard.
I never get like surprise. Like, we threw a surprise party for one of
are
my
you talking about the bottles?
Yeah.
I just talked about that.
I was just sitting right there.
Yeah.
Intruder alert.
Intruder?
Yeah.
Why? Why? Oh my god. My mic is like stuck on mute. I was like pressing the button. Like, why is it coming down? Who
We
is
can hear
intruding?
you. I was making fun of Sean.
Oh,
He was
crud.
like,
You
in the room.
Oh. He was like, I was surprised he pointed to the bottles. I was like, I just talked about it.
That's funny.
You were called an intruder.
What? No, I was saying if you wanted to show them.
Oh. Anyway.
All right. They're on your Instagram.
That's
Aren't
true.
they?
They're on my
Yeah.
Instagram. Mm-hmm.
So if you want to see the Vigors, you got to go to Amanda's Instagram, which I don't know the name of because you changed your name.
Which is changed, yeah. But we'll talk about that later.
Is it? Okay, yeah, we'll talk about it later. At Rodriguez_Gyms wants to know who's more metal, like out of us, or like anyone in the world, or like I'm gonna assume he means us, right?
I'm gonna assume he means us too.
Okay, cool. I would
Me.
say, yeah, Amanda.
I like that. Solid choice.
I think the
definitely
most.
more metal.
I don't do metal.
Yeah, metal's not really my thing.
Yeah, no. At Pixel Brave on Twitter, Christian Puente, another good friend of the show. We got so many
Hi.
friends, guys.
I like this.
He says, he's so funny. He says, ask how she started getting involved with Kind of Funny community. I'm gonna rephrase this. Christian wants to know, Joey, how did you start getting involved with the Kind of Funny community? How did you find it? So how did you like come about Kind of Funny? Were you a Beyond fan first, or like
No.
what's your Kind of Funny story?
My kind of funny story. Okay, so this is
Your
kind of like my
origin story.
gaming background too.
Yes, tell us.
So I grew up with my dad like being a gamer. So like SNES, NES, PC gaming and stuff like that. So it's like always kind of been in my life. Like I had an N64, always loved Mario Kart and GoldenEye and Tony Hawk and all that kind of stuff. And then I think I was trying to pinpoint it earlier of like when did that change? When did I like stop playing games? And I think it was when I moved. Because when I moved like a few hours away, like I didn't have any friends that were really into gaming or anything. So I kind of stopped and I started picking up like other hobbies and stuff like that. I had like a PS2, which was solely for Guitar Hero and DDR. We didn't have any other games.
Isn't that all they're good for anyway?
Yeah, exactly. Went all through high school and like played a little bit of Halo in college, mostly just when we were like at the boys' dorms and we wanted to like hang out with the guys, and I wasn't very good or anything. But then after college, just through like friends of friends, I met these two guys who were in school to become environment artists for video games. So we ended up becoming like really, really good friends. And one night we were like all hanging out and they were like, we have to show you this video. We're like, okay. We're like, well, what is it? And it's like, it's this guy who reviews Oreos. And all of us are like, what? Like, you want
What
us
is
to watch
this?
what? Like, this is so weird. And he was like, we have Oreos, we have milk, it's perfect. And they were like doing like the whole like Oreo oration thing like along with Greg. And like me and my other friend are looking at them like, what are you guys doing? Like, what kind of like weird cult thing did we like pop into? So from there, they showed us like the Game Over Greggy show. They showed us like the infamous like Would You Fuck a Goat episode like first. That was like the first thing they showed us. I was like, I am sold. I like these people. This is funny. So from there, I started listening to like all of the backlog of Game Over Greggy show, Conversation with Colin, Greg Way, all of that kind of stuff. And at this point, like I still like didn't play video games, didn't really have any like interest in getting back into it. And then just like slowly got back in. Like we went to San Diego Comic-Con and went to the meet and greet at Polite Provisions a couple years ago, and I was like, this guy's like, not only is he really cool on camera, but Greg's really cool in person and super nice. And kind of from there, like, got more involved. Obviously, when they broke out and did Kind of Funny and then broke out on their own, that's when things like kind of escalated. And I swear, I don't think like I really got involved with the community too much until after Kind of Funny Live, which was just like a really cool event. Were both of you there? And I just didn't know it.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because I swear I remember like seeing Lipstick Nerds like bags or shirts or something like
We
that.
had
All
two
over
shirts
the
handing out.
Okay. Maybe I just like remember seeing it on Twitter, like searching the Kind of Funny Live hashtag and stuff like that.
Yeah. We were definitely up on the big screen. I remember that because we were
Okay.
tweeting. We're like, the Lipstick Nerds are at Kind of Funny Live. Not like anyone
Okay.
really cares, but they were.
Yeah,
Someone
that must have been
and
what
we
it
gave
was.
Sean Pitts a shirt. Too,
Yeah.
didn't we?
Okay.
I wear that shirt. I still have yet to see it.
Called out.
Yeah.
Um,
We might have some more shirts. I'm looking into getting some to give away while we're there. And then
that very
if
much.
those give away very well, then we might do another Teespring sale because those sold pretty okay.
I like that because I didn't get a chance to get one of those, and I would like one.
Well, keep a lookout because that's coming soon.
Perfect. So yeah, after Kind of Funny Live, like I was like, this is really cool, like a whole like community of people that are like into the same stuff that I am, and so like just started like hopping into things. Like I feel like just getting connected by like responding to people on Twitter and like talking in the Facebook group and talking with people in Twitch chat. Like I don't think I had like a defining moment, but it's just like you start creating conversations and it's like the repetitiveness of like, oh yeah, I recognize that name, and you just start to build those relationships and stuff like that. So it's been like, it's crazy to think that like a year ago, like not even a year ago, like my life was like very radically different of like, I didn't really know anybody from the community other than like the few people in real life that I know that like knew the guys from Beyond and IGN and stuff like that. So it's weird to think like how different, like I was talking to one of the guys not that long ago. I was like, do you realize that like I like literally my life would be 100% different if like I didn't know you and you hadn't introduced me to this stuff? And he's like, that's weird to think about. I was like, I know, like it's weird to like be able to pinpoint when things like change very differently.
Oh yeah, like I vividly remember when everything changed. Like G was listening to these podcasts and I thought it was really dumb, and he wanted to go to IGN and be in Up at Noon Live, and I was like, what is this? Like I didn't even know who Greg was at the moment. Like I didn't know who Brian Altano was, and it's so funny. We were just talking about this the other day at dinner. Michael Winslow was there as their guest, and I wanted a picture with Greg. So I go up to Brian, nobody else was around, and I was like, hey, can I get a picture? And he goes, yeah, and he goes, like, put his arm around me, and I handed my camera. It was, like, one of those moments where I'm like, I look back on it, and I'm like, oh, Brian, I'm sorry.
But that's so funny. Like, that has to be, like, super humbling, like, as a host and personality. Like,
yeah,
like, that reality check of.
For someone to, like, not have any idea who you were, and the only reason I knew Greg was because I'd listened to, like, 2 Beyonds. Yeah. And I listened to a few more. I think I had gotten 12 Beyond episodes in, like the last 12 before Beyond 300 happened. And then as soon as we went to that event, because G was like, it's live, it's in San Francisco, we're going. Like, that's it. It's free, we're going. And we went, and I met everyone. And honestly, like, Brant, one of our friends, is the one that changed everything, because he was like, hey, come podcast with us. And then Amanda and I met, and Amanda and I, like, do a girl one. So we did a girl podcast. And then we just keep going to these events and hanging out with people. And it's weird to tell people that you know, yeah, my internet friends, and they're like, internet
it's so
friends?
Weird.
Yeah, my internet friends are some of my best friends ever, and they're not just internet friends, they're just people that I connect with 95% of the time on the internet, and the other 5% I see them once a year at a con or a event or something, you know?
Yeah, it's like, it's so hard for me to like explain, because most of the people in my life like aren't in the video game industry or like have any knowledge of it, so it's so weird to explain to them like how everything works. And like even my parents too, they're like, so where are you going and who are you going with? Like when I would come like home to San Francisco, I'm like, oh sorry, I'm not actually going to see you guys while I'm home. I'm going to like hang out with these random people that I met on the internet, which I know sounds weird. But
I took a picture with Nolan North outside of IGN, and I was so freaking excited. I posted on my Facebook, and my aunt texted me and goes, who is that man you're with? Why are you taking a picture with some man in San Francisco? And I'm like, all right, backstory, here you go. Like, every time I post a picture with somebody new that I'm like, like some friends the other day were like, who was that guy whose, like, Facebook you were on? Like, what was that when Tim retweeted something that I had tweeted him about being in the airport and seeing, like, a million Tim Gettys? And he put me on his Facebook, and I shared it on Facebook, and I was like, Tim Gettys! And they were like, who is, this is weird. Why is he, like, sharing your Twitter? I don't understand it. I love it. It's so funny.
No, it's totally fun. And yeah, it's been like a really cool year. I've just like definitely figured out that what I do now, which is like doing accounting and stuff like that, is not what I want to do long time. And doing stuff like this, like community management, like social media, is like what I want to do. So it's like cool to see like the little trail of like how things start. And hopefully I'll end up being able to do something like that full time sooner rather than later would be great.
Right.
So yeah. It's just been fun to like be passionate and like love doing something again versus like just going through the motions and stuff. So yeah, it's been really fun.
All right. I think that's a fantastic place to end the show today. I think we've got a good
Yeah.
solid show under our belt. Okay, Amanda, where can we find you on the internet? I know that's changed.
Yes, so I changed my Twitter handle. So my PSN and Xbox are still the same. It's still Wake Up Paramore. I probably won't change those just because
Damn you,
PlayStation
Shuhei.
says no. And then you can find my Instagram and Twitter. I'm now going under AKA Amanda Kane. It's AKA AMANDA KANE. Or
lot of A's.
see below. What'd you say?
That's a lot of A's and K's, like
Yes.
all in one thing.
One day someone will see it though and they'll understand why I'm doing it, and I will probably just like love that person forever and shower them with presents. So Sean just gave me the dirtiest look. Anyway, because yeah, he came up with it, so you know.
Well, so
You got
what
your
about my
present.
presents?
All right, okay. Apparently I have to give him presents.
You're the boyfriend, you get
moving
presents enough.
on.
My presents.
Yeah, you get my presents. That's enough of presents for you. He's good at that. Okay, apparently he's not happy with
Going to Kanye West now?
that. Okay, yeah, so that's where you can find me on the internet. Please, 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 if you add me on PSN or Xbox, can you please tell me who you are? And not like name request me by telling me who you are, because I've had some people add me recently and then they don't say anything and then they name request me and I'm just like, I'm not gonna answer this because I don't
know you.
Sorry.
Unless your PSN name is the same as your Twitter and I follow you on Twitter or I know you
Totally.
privately on Twitter, yeah, then I'm just like, I don't know who you are. I'm not going to accept this. I've
Yep.
stopped accepting any friend requests that A, I don't know who you are, or B, you haven't said anything that's like, beyond, kind of funny, like whatever, lipstick nerds, you know where do you know me from? How do you know me? How'd you get my name? Like, hold them at gunpoint. All right, Joey, where can we find you on the internet?
I make it really easy, and I'm Joey Noel everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, PSN, because I made my PSN name fairly recently and knew that I wasn't going to be able to change it forever, so I thought I'd do it for everyone.
You've learned from everyone else's mistakes.
Exactly. I don't have to suffer along with everyone else right now. But yeah, just Joey Noel, JoeyNoelle. I couldn't get my little lower thirds thing to work, so
Yeah,
So, yes,
Google Hands is
sometimes.
being a bitch today. So
rude.
right. You can find me at HarleyQuinn103 on Twitter, Instagram, PSN, Snapchat, wherever else in the world. That's me and that's my name. Don't wear it out. You can find us at Lipstick Nerds on Twitter. You can email us questions, comments, stories, whatever you want to really email us. lipsticknerdsmlg@gmail.com.
I love that.
Go give us a subscribe. No, yeah, subscribe to us on iTunes. I don't have a script. I'm just doing this off the cuff, man. So yeah, go subscribe to us on iTunes and give us a rate on our podcast. We don't have very many, and we'd like some 5 stars or 1 star if you think. I mean, I don't know if you want to put that because I'll hunt you down. But yeah,
She's serious.
probably.
Nikki doesn't joke around about things like that.
I'm fucking
She
around.
will
This
shoot
has been episode 41 of the Lipstick Nerds podcast. Joey, thank you for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me.
Anytime you want to
This
come
is
back.
so much fun. I love this.
Woo. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.